Cool. All right, folks. It is 11:05. I always give you guys a couple extra minutes. There are some wonderful people here in the office. There's a couple people on Zoom, and you will see a new face. Mr. Noel Mendoza is with us today. And if you guys see his background, it says oggvo. He's going to describe that to you. If you went to the training last Thursday, I want to say her name was Kim Larson. Apologize if I have the name wrong, but she did all about listing presentations. And oggvo was one of the systems that she said every agent should go and take a look at. So I did a Zoom with Noel on Monday, I believe. I liked it. I got to get the approval from my wife, my business partner. And once I do that, then I'm going to be getting signed up with them. So Noel, it is all yours. I don't want to try and talk or tell anything about what you guys do. I'm going to let you do the thing.
All right. Nice to meet everybody. My name is Noel. So as Gary was saying, oggvo, it's oggvo, stands for organically getting great visibility online. That's exactly what we focus on, is your online visibility. One of the biggest things I focus on, telling all my clients, is your Google online presence. Obviously, it's the #1 search engine out there, right? Everybody goes to Google for everything. So it's important on how you look. Past history, other profiles, everything shows up when someone Googles your name, right? So I'm going to show you one of examples of one of my new clients. She needed us badly. So this is her name right here.
Did you share your screen yet?
Let me see if you can.
I made your code. Should be good.
There it is right here.
Right on.
All right, perfect. So for example, she's in Houston, Texas, right? Without typing in her name, a bunch of other people pop up. So I was doing some research. This is her down here, the 5th picture down. No one will ever know that when they're Googling her. So when you type in her area, Houston, her first profile, well, we got to get rid of all the other profiles showing up, right? I'm going to show you now one of my clients that's been with us for 2 years. This is Tiffany. I use her for every example because she did not have a Google business page before. She didn't have any online presence, but she was spending a lot of money on Zillow, a lot of money on leads. She said in 2019, everything suddenly stopped. Phone calls, her leads were not converting. She didn't know what to do. So we focused a lot on her Google business page here, right? When you Google her, specifically, all her profiles are uniformed. Has no information of anybody else. Now, here's the magic. When you search for a realtor in her area without using her name, she's right here. So she's the first person organically that you see. You don't have to type in luxury. You can just type in real estate agent in Beverly Hills. She's right there. So the thing is, the names below her are changing, but she's not. So getting her to show up in many different ways, keywords, different zip codes. She services different areas as well, not just one specific area. So I have her showing up, right, in multiple different zip codes with different keywords because people are searching so many different ways these days. And you just want to have the opportunity to show up. Whether someone's Googling you or not, you want to look apart from your competition in your area. So these top 3, does anybody know what these are?
Paid advertising.
Paid advertising, sponsored, Google, could be pay-per-clicks, right? The thing is, everything you do here organically, nothing changes, right? Whether you're with us for a year, 2 years, 3 years, everything that we do for you and help you become, you're going to look the same way afterwards because it's all organic, right? If you have past clients that have never left your reviews anywhere, and we create a page that's sent out by a text message or by email or both, it's very professional. It's so simple for them to leave you a review. So for example, your feedback means the world to me, and it allows me to continue doing what I love, helping others take their next step in life in their new home. I have a client that's doing a raffle. Leave me a 5-star review, and I'll enter you in a raffle at the end of the year for a gift card. It could be anything. But as soon as they click on the 5 stars, they can leave you a review on multiple platforms. So we link these profiles to that page, and it takes them directly to your Google page. That way, they're not leaving you a review somewhere else, or takes away that, what if I don't know how to leave you a review, right? It takes them directly to it. It creates an interaction and a review as well. So Google's main purpose to rank someone is by being relevant and by driving interactions onto Google. So it's not all about looking good on Google, it's about looking good everywhere. And you just want to become the top choice in every platform and in every zip code possible. Right. So with us, you get an account manager assigned to you that is designated throughout the entire year. They're helping you with the review process. They're boosting up your Google business page. If you don't have one, we'll create it for you. But like I said, on the back end of Google, you want to maximize the visibility online. If you service one specific city, we'll keep it there. But if you service multiple different areas, why not show up everywhere? Right? You don't want to limit yourself.
Noel, can you do me a favor? Can you run a search for Roseville, where that's where we're sitting currently? Just Roseville Realtors. I want to see who pops up just to see.
Let's see. Real
Real
estate
estate agent, Roseville, whatever.
agents in Roseville.
California. Yep, there you go.
So right now we have Roseville agents or real estate agents, Chuck Klein, Rachel Adams Lee Group, and real estate agents Steve and Heather Ostrom.
Okay.
Right. So you
I
can
would
see
say-
right here, sponsored ads, and then below those are all organic. Nobody's paying for Google, or nobody's paying Google any money to show up there.
Gotcha. I mean, and Chuck Klein, his name has been around for a long time. Rachel Adams is definitely a big name in our area. But here's the thing about Rachel Adams, doesn't even work in Roseville. She works on like El Dorado Hills. She lives up the other side of town, which nonetheless not a big deal. And then the last one is Steve and Heather Ostrom. They are all over the place. Roseville Rockland is their specialty. I should expect to see them, but like Chuck Klein, that's kind of a shocker to me.
Yeah.
Because he's been around a while, but I wouldn't have thought that. So my question would be then, when I know that Rachel Adams and Heather and Steve Ostrom are absolute ballers, they're top 1% all the time, are we really going to be able to compete with them from a business standpoint for an agent that's maybe only doing 10 or 12 deals a year? Just
love that question. So before Tiffany existed on Google, she's been around for a while. She was there for 5-6 years doing real estate in her area. But before, there was a guy named Eric Brown who was dominating the area. Paul Salazar, Eric Brown. Eric's down here, right? She mentioned to me that Eric's name was everywhere, and she said, "My goal is to beat him one day."
Okay.
Right? But it seemed very unlikely to her because of how she was prospecting, how she was purchasing leads before. So now, when you do a search, I mean, his name's not in the top 3. We have her showing up here. We have her showing up here as well. When you just search for a real estate agent, best real estate agent, top real estate agent, she's dominating every area. And as you can see, her reviews, so it's not the size of the reviews, it's the interactions, right? Eric has 236 reviews. We've helped her get up to 72 now.
How long?
But now she's been with us for 2 years now.
Okay.
But in 3 months, that's when she started noticing the biggest difference, because from not showing up anywhere on a page here, I mean, you can go to page 8 on Google, she was not found. She was irrelevant to Google. But now she's up here and she has not moved. She's stayed in number 1. She told me she got the first phone call within the 3rd month from someone that saw a listing. It was a $2.8 million listing. And when she asked her, "Where did you find me?" she said, "On Google, and you just look great to me." She goes, "You're the obvious choice." And from then on, it went from a sale to 6 months, every 6 months. And I'm meaning grinding. She was grinding to get those prospects, to getting phone calls consistently every month. And now she's selling multiple homes on a monthly basis.
Got it. Cool.
Right. And that's the whole goal, is to make you dominate every area that you work in and make you look apart from your competition. Not everybody's doing it. And that's where the difference comes in. Google's going to rank the most relevant companies out there. Sometimes they have no reviews. Sometimes they don't even do that much business, but they're being searched for and called a little more than the people below them. So since your competition's not doing this consistently, you will rank, and we're going to help you get there.
Gotcha. So Kelly's question is, what do you guys do to make this happen? Can you give us a little bit of the the secret sauce or like some of the breakdown of the pieces that you guys use?
Of course. So your account manager will be very helpful in going over that with you on your program. This I'm going to start here. So this page that we send out, let's say you have a client list of past clients, right? Never reached out to them, or you've asked them sometime before in the past for a review. They said yes, they never did it. So we upload them, whether you have a CRM with a bunch of names and numbers, or you can do it manually here. And we're going to start trickling those reviews through, right? So this, when someone views this, let's say I received it on my cell phone and I click on this right there, that created an interaction already. That's your Google page.
Okay.
Now I'm leaving your review. That's an extra interaction right there. Posting, sharing your reviews online, searching for you, clicking on your website, calling you. Those are all interactions. Now that's just Google, but now you have Realtor, Zillow, Facebook, Yelp. We're doing that to all your platforms. That's creating interactions in multiple different ways.
So let me ask
So
you a
it's the
question.
interactions that drive it.
Yeah, it's the engagement, right? It's the
Gotcha.
clicks on your thing. So real quick, can you go back to the page that had the multiple? There we go. So you got Google,
Oops.
Facebook, Realtor, Zillow. What's the last one in the right corner? I can't.
It's Rate My Agent. So you get to choose.
Okay.
You can have 6 on there. My thing is, you don't want to have too much information for people because, again, that's going to be overwhelming to them. I like to have 3 or 4 max profiles showing up and then switch them around. Let's say you got 10, 15, 20 reviews on the other platforms. You want to catch up to the other ones. We can switch them around.
Okay, so you can rotate them through to make sure they're kind of staying even.
Correct.
I mean, you're ultimately saying Google from the beginning, and don't get me wrong, I'm a huge fan. I think Google is something that agents as a whole don't use enough of. We do Google ads, we do YouTube. So we're trying to push the 2 connections right there, and Google owns obviously YouTube as well. But from a realtor standpoint, Zillow has 50% market share of every single view of anything real estate goes to Zillow. So I think those 2 have to be. I'm not a huge social media person. So Facebook, maybe just, I think in real estate, I think we use that a little bit more, but like Rate My Agent, I don't really know how that's going to help us as real estate professionals drive any kind of rankings. Google, like I said, for sure, Zillow, maybe Realtor, and then maybe Facebook. Those are my thoughts, just my little 2 cents to everybody in the room here or online.
No, that's great. And I agree. This one right here. So with Tiffany, she said pretty much similar to what you just said. That's why she only has Facebook and Google showing up on her profile.
Gotcha.
Right? She had Google for the longest time, and then she said, you know what, let me catch up to Facebook, because she has 72 on Google now, and now she's catching up on her Facebook reviews. She wants reviews going to Facebook as well.
Gotcha.
So we added that option on there recently. But yeah, you can have whatever platform you want showing up on there.
For us, I think I'm going to do Google and Zillow. I think those are the 2 most important. And then maybe once those get up to a certain amount, then maybe I'll adjust a little bit, but that's my thoughts.
For realtors only, no lenders?
So we have Noel, we have Stacey Medinas, one of our top lenders in the office, actually probably our top lender. I shouldn't say one of the top, the top lender. We've known her forever. And she wants to know, is this for lenders too, or anybody else outside of real estate?
Works for every industry. Works the same.
Yeah.
Contractors, lenders,
My
restaurants.
Google is a mess. Oh my Lord, my Google's a mess.
Yes.
One of the other things you mentioned was you talked about getting their pages all to look the same. At least that's how I heard it. Maybe I did misunderstood that, but Facebook, Facebook, Realtor, Google, Zillow, you try and make everything look uniform, similar pictures, similar data. Is that correct?
Correct. Just to make it look more professional. You don't want to give anybody the wrong idea that maybe that's you, maybe that's not. Some profiles have no pictures on there. So whatever headshot you have right here on your Google page, we'll make sure it's on your Facebook, on your Zillow. Just make sure that it's the same phone picture, phone numbers, brokerage, everything's the same.
Well, that's another good question. What about people that are teams? So my wife and I are a team, but how about a brokerage that runs, this is our company name. Do you ever push that as a company name, or do you try and keep it a little pared down to, more individuals, or like I said, smaller teams, husband and wife?
Individuals, great, but I do have a company that is a team. So they wanted everybody to get a piece of the pie, right?
Oh, wow.
So right here, Tribeca, they're in my state in Washington. Tribeca Northwest, they're in Issaquah. So you do a search for real estate agencies in that area. Here they are, Tribeca Northwest, dominating every area.
Got it.
Right.
220 reviews. Dang.
Yeah, those are recent reviews now. So this is the team. But yeah, it works the same. It just depends on what you prefer.
Hey, real quick, what are your what about people that, hopefully this doesn't happen, but you get someone that gives you like low reviews, like for some reason you're like sending this out like, hey, I want your review, and you didn't realize that you really pissed somebody off and you get a low review. How do you guys help someone to counterbalance that, counteract it? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, let's just say that happened. I want to give you a bad review. So I click on that. It's going to give me an information box to fill in. So it has my name, my email, phone number, whatever ugly message I have.
Yeah.
Once I hit this, it's going to go to your email.
So it's not going to post a bad review?
Correct. Once it goes to your email, it gives you a chance to combat it. It gives you a chance to fix that problem if it ever was one. Sometimes it's a mistake.
Oh.
Let's say you sold a home, Gary, 10 years ago. Someone changed their phone number. And that person that has that new phone number keeps receiving that message. We do a 3-touch cadence, so not that much, right? But let's just say they didn't know who you were and they wanted to leave you that bad review. There it is.
Gotcha.
Right? But you want those 5-star reviews. You want those reviews going in your platforms. So a lot of times, since we send a text message or an email, people already have it on their cell phone logged in, so they don't have to sign in here. I have an iPhone. I have Google, Yelp, Facebook already in there. When I click on it, it's not going to ask me to sign in. It takes me right to yours.
Okay.
Which is
right.
going to ask you to sign in.
Before, it used to be a huge problem. People didn't know they didn't want to deal with signing in and stuff, and that's why they weren't leaving reviews, right?
Yeah.
And we do a reminder, a 3-touch cadence. So if they opened it, then we're going to resend it again if they didn't leave you a review. If they simply opt out, we're not going to leave them. We're not going to send it out again.
Okay, so if they opt out, they're not going to send it back again. And then
Correct.
real quick on that review section, Kelly has a question also, but I want to touch on that. So a 5-star goes active. How about a 4-star or a 3-star?
4-star is good.
4 stars. So 5
Very,
and 4.
very uncommon, the 4-star. 3-star, I don't see much of them. I mean, you'll see them in some restaurants, but people like to do the 1-star or the 5-star. But 4-star is good. 3-star, same thing, information box.
Okay, interesting. Because I'm actually more of a 4-star person, because I always feel like somebody always can do a little bit better, especially if I'm new to that person. I mean, maybe not selling a house, but like if a restaurant, I'm like, hey, you know what? A 4 is good. I mean, like, it's not bad in my opinion. And I've only been there once, so maybe I had a good experience. And next time I go back, it's not a great experience. Or maybe I went there first time and it was a crappy experience and someone talked me into going again. And this time it was a good experience. So I try and balance it out. So 5 and 4 are good. And then 3 and below, they're going to send you an email and you got a chance to try and recognize that person. And
correct. Yeah, we haven't ran into a bunch of problems like with the 4 stars. So when you look at all her reviews, they're all 5. But again, it's if they do give you a 4-star, it's not a bad review.
Okay, cool. Miss Kelly, you have a question?
So what if somebody's, they're doing all this work and then you need to change something, like maybe a new agent photo, or you've got moved and you've got a different area or something? What if you need to update your?
All right. So Kelly's question is, what if you update your information? So Tiffany, however you say her last name, works at Joe Schmo Brokerage, and now she's going to go work at Coldwell Banker. When you update information, or maybe her headshot's 2 years old and she gets a new headshot, or she wants to show her team, how do things like that get updated?
Great question. So she just recently changed brokerages 3 months ago.
Okay.
So her account manager, instead of her going in there and doing it, which we've heard a lot of stories, you go in there and it flags your account or it suspends your account, couldn't get it back. So your account manager is going to they're going to stay with you the entire year, right? They do a monthly appointment or quarterly appointment. It's up to you. But her account manager ended up updating her new photo, because this photo on the red shirt right here, the first one, that was her picture before. But she just changed her picture to a more professional one, and her brokerage changed as well. So she didn't lose any reviews. She didn't lose any information on here. We just updated it for her.
So that person, for your, would you call it account manager, is responsible for updating everything. You obviously keep them in touch with everything, what's going on.
Correct.
You mentioned also something about reviews going out at a cadence. I mean, honestly, I probably never, I won't say never, like once every 100 people I ask for a review. So I might have 10 reviews out there, and I've been in this business for 20 years. how am I going to get that information out so that, it goes out? We're going to get like 5 or 10 are going to go out a day, one a day. What's the cadence for that? Just because I know that if you get all of a sudden 50 reviews on Google, they're going to be like, there's something fishy going on.
It looks fake. They're going to flag you. I mean, if you try to throw in 100 reviews at once, I mean, it just looks fake. So what we do is we trickle them through. So we're going to upload them here, but we're not going to send them all at once.
Okay.
So, I mean, not everybody's going to leave you a review, right? So you want to have as many opportunities as possible. But let's say I opened it up and I never left your review. I'm going to get a reminder again. If I opt out, I won't receive it anymore. But if I click on the 5 stars and I send you a review, again, I'm not going to receive that ever again because I just left you the review. But we're not going to send them all at once. So what you want to see is consistency. You want to see a review every 2 months, every 3 months, every month. People do their research and they can see that you're active, right? That you're consistent. So it's not going to be one every day, once a week. You want to see those reviews at least once a month, every 2 months. You want to see a new review.
Gotcha. Well, that's it. I was thinking like one a week.
Yeah, no, I mean, it looks, not everybody's going to leave you a review like that. In a perfect world, it would. But I mean, it would be nice. But yeah, I mean, once every month would be ideal.
All right. So,
if
I have 500 people, I'm going to give you all the people I work with, my agents, my lenders, my clients, my contractors. I have 500 people. What's the cadence you're going to send those out? Are you going to send out 1 email message a day for a year? You're going to send out 2 a day? I mean, what's that look like? Just kind of wondering.
Yeah, no, I mean, we'll try to send it out every week.
Okay.
Just depending on how many phone numbers and emails that you have.
Okay.
But we'll try to send it out every week. It's a preference, so your account manager will advise you.
Okay,
but
gotcha.
I would try to send them out every week, me personally. We're also going to show you how to respond back with keywords. That's going to help your ranking as well. So
Nice.
as you can see, all her responses have all her areas that she's in.
Oh.
Los Angeles, Palisades, Beverly Hills. So she's responding back with those keywords.
With
Google.
keywords which are going to help the ranking and stuff like that.
Correct.
All right, hold on a second. Kelly had a question first, so Kelly had her hand up. Hang on one second, Noel.
Just send it to past clients or is it like contacts?
It would be anybody that knows you, I would guess. And Noel, I would guess that the account manager is going to kind of walk through that process. I mean, because I have clients who I haven't closed on a deal with in 5 years, but I still, communicate with them from time to time. So I would want to have them, hey, I've never asked for a review before. Can you guys, hook me up a review now? Where I have other clients, I'm gonna probably scrub it a little bit and get it down to maybe my top 100 people.
Yeah.
Did that answer your question, Kelly?
Well, because I'm wondering, like, I don't have a lot of clients, but I do have a lot of contacts through what I do here. At the
I'll
office.
say every agent that you do that you do TC for work for, I would absolutely have it in there.
Like Stacey or
Yeah.
agents, Cheryl,
Yeah.
questions I've answered and that kind of thing.
Yes, 100% for what you do. I would say yes. Cheryl, you had a question also. Sorry, Stacey, I didn't mean to cut you.
So, how much time is, what is it that we do on our end and how much time does that take?
That's a great question.
That is a very good
I
question.
just learned that it's up to us to go in and do the responses. So that's one thing I think we have to do.
So Noel, I don't know if you heard Cheryl, but her question is, how much time is required of us on a consistent basis as we're working with our account manager going through this process, like per month?
So not that long, because the first appointment we do is a 30-minute call, and we just want to gather the information, what areas you want to focus on, your contact list, that kind of stuff. Then they're going to set up a following appointment with you. Then you're going to be transferred into an advisor that's going to be either monthly or quarterly.
Okay.
As far as time goes, not that long at all, because I would say the uploading the list, if you want to do it manually, it's going to take a little longer. But if you have a list already in a CRM, they're going to upload it directly onto it.
Okay.
An hour a month, not too long at all.
An hour a month, that's our response to the reviews, our interaction with the account manager, all those pieces.
Correct. So, I mean, you'll get a dashboard. You'll see when you get a review.
Okay.
So you could just do it on your free time and just respond back to that review. But yeah, this dashboard is going to track how many reviews you get. All the analytics are showing
It
that.
has all the analytics. So we're going to respond to the dashboard, not actually to Google. We're going to respond in the dashboard and it's going to respond out to Google.
Correct.
Oh, okay, cool. So we're
Yep.
responding everything in one place, even if we have 4 or 5 different places that we're putting our reviews.
Yes. It's
Oh.
like I use it as the example as a Uber ride. You take an Uber ride right when you get to your destination, you receive that link to leave a review, a 5-star review. It's that simple. You click on it and it takes you to that next step on how to leave a review.
Okay.
But yeah, responding shouldn't take that long at all.
Okay. Did that answer your question, Cheryl? Do you have, she has additional question or additional information? Go for it.
So, what does that cost? Is that cost based on, different plans or different services or
Okay.
how many contacts you have?
So Cheryl's question is, what is the cost and is it broken down like a tiered system or a tiered price plan per month, per quarter, whatever you guys have?
No, so we're not, since it's done organically, we don't charge you for reviews. We don't charge you extra for calls and clicks, any of that. You're avoiding all those extra fees. It's a flat rate. It's $250 a month
Okay.
for the year.
For the year, okay.
Yeah, there's no extra setup fee. That's waived, but it's just a flat rate, $250 a month. You can focus on up to 5-6 business platforms, but it's all up to you. But we
All right,
don't
so we're
charge
looking at
extra for
3,000
anything.
a month.
Or
Or
for
sorry,
the year.
3,000 for the year, my bad. And we all know that $3,000 for a year, if you got 2 leads, that's $1,500 a pop. We pay a 25% referral fee. We pay hundreds of dollars for Google ads, YouTube ads, Facebook ads, and any company that we, work with, it's always a 25 to sometimes like a 35% referral fee. So $250 a month broken down at 3,000 a year. I mean, that seems reasonable to me. Even if I got no leads and I made all of my stuff look consistent and I built some things, I look at it, maybe not this year, but the future, it starts to look consistent, which we as realtors always have the most difficult time doing. So
Yeah, you will get reviews and you will look better online and you'll show up more.
well, I don't know if you can make me look better, buddy, but I say put my life.
Yeah.
All right, Stacey has a question too, so. go ahead.
So as a lender, I was with a company for 11 years and my entire Google professional platform was literally tied to them. And when they closed, now my Google profile says permanently closed. And so I haven't really dug into it because honestly, I get all my business from referrals. And I know I need to get into that and get that all fixed. That is something you guys would tackle. It's probably very simple for you guys. I've tried to fix it and I cannot get it done.
100%. A lot of the calls that we receive is because of that. Google business page suspended. It got permanently closed. They don't know how to get it back. It won't let them get it back. Yeah. So we will do that. We'll contact Google directly for you and we'll fix that problem. We will have you showing up again.
Sweet,
Okay, nice.
awesome.
I have lots of reviews.
There you go.
They're probably not showing up now though. I don't
Gotcha.
know. We'll see.
All right, any more questions in the room? Anybody online? Miss Tammy Brock, you're the only one there today. Somebody else was there a minute ago and they left.
Forget them.
Nope, Tammy, you're good? Okay, all right,
Not
so.
me, myself. There we go.
Noel, you're awesome, man.
you.
What do we need to do if they wanted to contact you, to get a hold of you, to understand how you work? What's the deal?
Here, you want me to drop it in the chat?
Drop it in the chat. Yep, sounds good. You can probably state it out loud too, in case anybody wants to write it down.
So my direct number, I'm going to give you that. It's 206-844-1009.
All right.
It's Noel. That goes directly to me. And let
They're gonna
me
call you, and we get an email address as well.
Yes, of course. It's Noel, Noel, at oggvo, oggvo.com.
And make sure that they say you saw this on New Vision's meeting and Gary told me to call you because Gary gets free stuff.
Yes, of course. Yeah.
Okay, I like it.
All right, Noel, you're awesome, brother. If you want to hop off, you are more than welcome to. We're going to turn it over to Stacey and she's going to give us a quick recap on some lending stuff. If you want to listen, you probably should, because Stacey's going to drop some fire on us today and share with us some stuff that everybody's been reading about, but doesn't really read the fine print. So
Okay. I'm
you
gonna
go,
hop on a
Miss Stacey.
I'm gonna hop on a call. It was nice meeting everybody. Oh,
Thanks, buddy.
Nice
hello.
meeting you. Hi,
Hi.
thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, bud.
All right.
Okay, hello, everybody. Stacey Medinas, Unified Home Loans. I'm a mortgage broker, in case you don't know. And I always forget to give my phone number, so 916-541-6049. I know that everyone has been going crazy over the news about lower FICO scores, getting a better rate or fees. And then if you have a higher credit score, then you just wasted all these years boosting your credit score. Not exactly accurate. Okay, so I want to go over a couple things. Normally I would just speak on this, but I'm actually going to read. So forgive me today, but I think it's really important that I give you questions and specific answers. So hopefully that works for you. So basically it says, before stopping paying your bills in hopes of cashing in, let's separate fact from fiction. First and most important, you are absolutely not getting a better deal on a mortgage rate if your credit score is lower. So I think that is a myth that because of the way that the news or whomever promotes this, that is not the case, okay? And I saw a headline, actually the same headline, that said 620 FICO score gets a 1.75 fee discount and a 740 pays a 1% fee. And that's not accurate. Okay. And I think we need to understand, and you probably don't care to understand this, but loan level price adjustments. Now, when we look on a rate sheet, there is either a charge or a credit. And I like to send this to my clients, and I know a lot of loan officers don't, but I like to give them an option of where their interest rate's going to be. Would you rather pay a point? Would you rather pay half a point? Would you rather get a credit? Now, with the rates have been climbing, getting a credit is probably not the best option. Trying to go what we call par at zero is usually the best option, but sometimes depending on the borrower, I can give a 40 BIP credit, which means 0.40 of the purchase price credit. Okay, that's where that the LLPA comes in, this loan level price adjustments that are all on the back end, which are super boring for most people. But for us, it makes sure we understand where you want your interest rate to be and how much you want that to cost. And that is where this is coming in. By the way, this took effect in January. It's all about loan delivery to the investor. And that's why that May 1st thing has popped up. So everything that I've been pricing out for the last 45 days already has these loan level adjustments, and people didn't even notice. But on the news, oh my gosh, right? So that is that. So let's see. So low credit borrowers are getting a discount while high credit borrowers pay more, question mark, right? So not exactly, based on what I was just saying. The only goal for this is really to clear up confusion if this is as clear as mud, which is normal. I always feel like I'm explaining this and everyone goes, I still don't know what you're talking about. So hopefully it'll be clear. So a low credit borrower isn't paying less than a high credit borrower. The gap between what they pay is just smaller than it was. And that is correct. A lot of low credit borrowers are dealing with an FHA loan, which is a government guaranteed loan. High credit borrowers are going to be a conventional loan traditionally, which is a Fannie Freddie guarantee. Okay. So yes, again, all value adjustments and political commentary aside, and I'm going to spare you that today. The change amounts to a tweak of an existing fee structure in favor of those with low credit scores and at the expense of those with high credit scores. So there is no scenario where someone with a lower credit will have lower fees. It just doesn't exist. And with an FHA loan, it's a more expensive loan. You're paying an upfront mortgage insurance. You're paying monthly mortgage insurance. Most people on a conventional loan, they're not paying those fees. So already when you have a lower credit score and we put you in an FHA loan, because the rate's actually less, but the cost is much, much higher. And I don't think that that is being explained at all. So in other words, don't go skipping your mortgage payments, okay? Let's see. So as you can plainly see, if you have a score of 640, you'll be paying significantly more than someone with a 740 score. And again, it has to do with loan programs. Okay. So using an 80% loan to value example, your LLPA, which is the loan level price adjustment, right, is at 640 is 2.25 versus 0.875. FHA is
1.5%.
a cost of 2.25, conventional 0.875. The difference in this change is the gap.
Gotcha.
The gap has been closed a little bit to subsidize.
So it used to be 3.5 or 4, now it's 2,
Exactly.
1.5 or
Exactly.
3, now it's 1.5.
So, well, and they're saying it's a difference of 1.375 or just over 4,000 on a $300,000 mortgage. Okay. So Fannie and Freddie's technically have a mission to promote affordability in home ownership and to bridge the gap between a lower credit person and a high credit person. Do I agree? Absolutely not. You know, if you're haven't met a bill that you can't pay, you're going to get a higher rate and higher cost, and you're a higher risk on top of that, right? So you're a higher risk of default, you're a higher risk of late payments, because historically you have not have a history of paying your bills on time.
Or you have too much credit, you know, extended.
100%,
you know, too
which
many credit
affects,
cards, yeah.
but again, that's a responsibility thing
Sure,
as
no,
well,
no.
right? So we have a lot of people that you know, freak out if I run their credit and they go from, you know, 850 to 820. They're just losing their minds, right? And everyone's like, can I get my 620 to 640 so I can do this financing? That's all they care about. So sort of true, not really true. They're bridging the gap. Again, we're trying to reward, you know, the lesser credit people. And it happens. I mean, sometimes it just accidentally happens, but it's not as it seems. So if that was as clear as mud and you need more explanation, or we can run a scenario, a specific scenario, I can run the cost and the rate for you. Give me a call. It is not as it seems or how it's being promoted. Okay. So 916-541-6049, or you can email me at Stacey, STACEY at unifiedhl, like homeloan.com. So now that I've gone through that, do we have any questions? Questions online? No?
Cheryl looks like she has something to say.
Yes, Cheryl's like, you talk too fast. I don't know what you just said.
But the only reason I do kind of know what you're talking
Yeah.
about is I saw the chart.
Okay,
I
good.
looked at the
Yes.
chart,
Yes, the
and
chart.
The chart does help. kind
It
of
does.
explain what's going on.
Yeah, it's, I mean,
I would agree.
you know, the
It's
chart
like-
is amazing. Not that we agree with it, but it is what it is, right? And things change constantly in lending. We wake up one day and go, what are the guidelines today? What are the guidelines tomorrow? So who knows if this is going to stick? I think there's been a huge uproar with this. Even the just thinking that that's what it was is really upset people, and it should, because people work really hard for their credit. But it really isn't as bad as it looks, and still someone with lesser credit is still going to have a lot more fees. Yeah. All right.
Any more questions? Nothing?
Nope.
Kelly?
All right. That's it.
All
Okay.
right.
Back to Gary. Swing around.
All right, Miss Tammy, you're the only one that doesn't get to participate in our giveaway. But we love you anyways, and hopefully we'll get to see you soon.